got my R1,000,000 into my account. Once it was in my account, I walked out of Cresta. Now, I believe all of you have been to Cresta Mall, right? As you walk out of Cresta, on this side of Cresta, there's a VW. I looked at the taxis that I took from Campus Square. I looked at the VW. I knew how much I had. I walked into the VW. Morning guys, so I'm just having my breakfast and we're about to do some amazing stuff. We're going to the University of Johannesburg and we've got an event there. It's going to truly be amazing, so let's go, follow us and let's see what UJ has in store for us. I then subsequently bought more and more and more. And one day while I was sitting in a lecture hall, it was down at D-Les, and as I was sitting in this lecture hall, I opened up my laptop to check how much the price of Bitcoin was in that day. And when I opened up and I checked my Bitcoin, checked the price, I realized I was a millionaire. First thing I did is I looked around to everybody else in the lecture hall to see, did anybody see me? Closed my laptop very quickly, and I walked out. Now, I come from Limpopo. And in Limpopo, there's huge phobias about SARS. And I think everywhere in the world, people are afraid of the tax man. So the first thing I did after walking out, I didn't go to the bank, I didn't call my friend. I went through to a tax lecturer, and I went to sit with him, and I tried to explain to him that I made R1,000,000 in Bitcoin, and what do I have to do to pay tax? Because we grew up under circumstances where people's cars would be repossessed after they actually did not pay tax. And it took me a good 20 minutes trying to explain to the tax lecturer what I had done. And at the end, he said to me, things that are in games, when they come out in real life, tend not to be real. So this money that you made on this game of yours, when you withdraw it, it might not be real. And he basically refused to give me the tax advice because he wanted to really understand, where is this million? I kept showing him, I'm like, these digits here on this wallet, this is money. And it took a very long time. Obviously, that was in 2013. He himself didn't even know what he was talking about. Went to Campus Square, and when I got to Campus Square, I said to this lady, hey, I want to withdraw my R1,000,000 in Bitcoin into my bank account. She looked at my card, she was like, you've got an Absa Mega U bank account. She's like, that's a student bank account. Student bank accounts can't keep $1,000,000. Then I said to her, okay, cool, open up the bank account that can keep $1,000,000. And she's like, no, you have to get a business for that. And I said, okay, cool. Went and I opened up a business, and to cut the very long story short, I landed up in Cresta because the bank here wouldn't help me. At Cresta, got my R1,000,000 into my account. Once it was in my account, I walked out of Cresta. Now, I believe all of you have been to Cresta Mall, right? As you walk out of Cresta, on this side of Cresta, there's a VW. I looked at the taxis that I took from Campus Square. I looked at the VW. I knew how much I had. I walked into the VW. And when I got into that VW, there was a salesman, his name was Eric. And I said to Eric, I'm like, Eric, I want to buy a Golf. At that time, it was a Golf 7. I was like, I want to buy a Golf 7. And Eric looked at me and he was like, okay. But you could see he was doubting me. So I said to him, let's go see the cars. And he said to me, okay, I'm going to need a couple of things before I show you the cars. And I'm like, what do you need? He's like, I need your proof of address, need your salary payslip, need your tax number. He started to say all these things. I looked at him and I was like, I don't have any of those things. And the process I just took to open up a bank account was very difficult. And he said to me, he was like, okay, then come back when you start working with your salary payslip. I said to him, no, I've got the money. And he said, where is this money? Opened up my banking app, showed him the money. Once I showed him the money, he jumped out of his seat and he was like, let's go. Literally on that same day, I drove out with the Golf 7. And my life has changed ever since till then. To talk and to inspire you about cryptocurrencies, while I was on my way, I posted on Facebook that I'm coming here. And there was a student who actually wrote something that really made me smile. And I want to read out what she wrote. I was going to show you guys on screen, but unfortunately it's not showing. Her name is Daphne. She says, in 2017, while doing my first year at UJ, the same venue as today, it was different from here. It wasn't this amazing. This is probably new. She said, Mpho Dagada came to introduce us to Bitcoin and blockchain technology. I was completely clueless of what he was talking about. Hence, I did not take it seriously at the time. I remember he said one day it'll make sense. I remember he made us Google the price of one Bitcoin. You guys already Googled the price, right? It was about 10,000 Rand at that time. The only thing I did was to subscribe to his emails. Only in 2021, that's when I decided to go to one of his business seminars. And from that day, I kept on learning about Bitcoin and blockchain technology. It's true that you can never force a donkey to drink water. Only when it's ready, it'll drink. Happy Friday, y'all. And you guys can go check out her post that she did. And I was just looking at it and I was so heartwarmed to say, it's interesting that a lot of times as students, especially in Africa, we love to travel the route that has already been traveled. And one thing that I've come to learn is that the route that has already been traveled does not have money. There just isn't money. Because remember, somebody already traveled that route. All they need to do is tell you what to do, you do it, and that's why they pay you so little. However, when it comes to my subject matter, no one can tell me what to do because I didn't learn it from them. I become my own expert because I myself have learned it. I published a book. It's the best-selling book in Africa when it comes to technology. Beat all records. The book is called Mr. Bitcoin, How I Became a Millionaire at age 21. The book, people have read and bought the book. They too have become millionaires in the subject matter, and they've come back to say the same thing.
Sorry, I have a question. Does the emergence of cryptocurrencies threatens the independence of South Africa, in fact, like all the central banks in the world?
All right. So I don't know if everybody heard his question. He was asking, does the emergence of cryptocurrency threaten the rand, the dollar, the yen? I think the interesting thing that everybody's always wanted to do is everybody's always wanted the Reserve Bank to be more transparent. For example, if I had to ask anybody, even students, how much gold does the Reserve Bank have? No one knows. If you had to ask how much gold does the American Reserve Bank have, nobody knows. People know that there is gold. People know that currency is backed by gold, or is it not backed by gold? People are not sure. Some are sure. Some textbooks say they are, some say they're not. But nobody really knows what's going on. And as a result of that, whoever controls money controls governments and controls people, right? And what cryptocurrencies are, they were started as a mechanism to take away control of government and money from specific individuals and give it back to the people to control through a trust mechanism. Because everybody will always say, we need something that's going to govern us. And instead of having people or a royal family or the Rothschilds as a family controlling currency, cryptocurrencies came out to say, we want to have this thing called a blockchain, which is transparent. It's a public ledger, which is available to everybody to control currency. And that's what cryptocurrencies stand for. Now, a lot of people say, are they going to replace? Are they going to threaten? I think most of us want to see is we want currencies influenced by blockchain technology. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but people can print their own money, right? There are governments, there are people who do print money at their own will. A lot of people usually ask what went wrong with Zimbabwe, and nobody really knows what really went wrong. The big problem was Robert Mugabe said, print more money. Every problem that existed, he said, print more money. Until the money became what? Worthless. Everybody had it. So when everybody has money, it's like, oh, you also have it? Oh, I've also got a truckload of money. And money became worthless, right? And I think that's the mechanism that people are saying to say, can we trust a person, Reserve Bank governor, a president, with our money? And that's where Bitcoin came from, to say,